Take it away.
All right. Hello there, everybody. Welcome on in. Thank you, everyone, for joining in this late into the stream. I'm Jigsaw Killer. For you guys that don't know, I'm a speedrunner of the Evil Within games. You may have come across my videos on YouTube and so on. I've done some speedruns, made some guides, and yeah, tonight we're here to showcase the classic difficulty, which we'll get into right here. But yeah, we're gonna select new game here. I'll give a countdown here in a second. So classic modes. So yeah, 3, 2, 1, and go. That's fine. So classic mode is the hardest mode in this game. It is the original hardest mode in this game. Akumu is actually a patched-in difficulty for this game where you need to connect your Bethesda account if you want to play Akumu, but Classic is the difficulty that, they intended for the game originally. And basically what it is there's no checkpoints in the game. You're limited to 7 saves, and you can't upgrade your weapons, nor... There's 2 ways to upgrade in this game. Either with gel upgrades, or you can upgrade your weapons. You can't do either on this mode, so... So yeah, we're in for a pretty crazy ride here. And as we go, of course, I'll be explaining what's going on and the caveats to the strats that we do in this game. There's also hidden little details in the game that they change with this mode compared to Nightmare difficulty and Akumu, in which Nightmare difficulty and Akumu are like the same thing, just besides the one-hit kill.
Where are you? Oh God,
and before we progress on here or explain more, these games tend to have a long intro, so we're gonna have all the time here to explain what's going on in the game. So this is all just straightforward stuff that we're doing. Very straightforward gameplay. One little detail here: if we crouch and uncrouch here, this will skip a little animation that happens going up these stairs where you get staggered for like 2 seconds. No idea why it prevents that, but literally if you crouch and uncrouch at any point at the stairs, it'll stop that stagger from happening, and you save like a second or 2. That's a little small thing there.
Bastion? You're awake.
Yeah, Classic and Akumu are different. Akumu is you die, any damage you take, you die.
Where are we?
Classic, you can take damage. It's sort of the equivalent. It's kind of hard to tell what the equivalent is. I haven't done like damage values, but it's somewhere probably around the same as Nightmare. But there is little things that we've done with this difficulty. The enemy placements and all are pretty much the same. But compared to Akumu and Nightmare difficulty, bosses' health are lowered on Classic mode, and there are less enemies in certain sections, like the Firewalk section. There will be less enemies there in Classic. So they, my guess is they probably added stuff like that in to go, to kind of level out that you can't upgrade in this mode.
Stem system.
So here we're just skipping through these cutscenes here, and so I've mostly speedrun this game with like Akumu and so on, and we do actually upgrade certain things like the smoke bolts and so on. So with this mode, we're going to be doing strats, without certain upgrades. So some of the boss fights are going to be very different if you've watched any sort of Akumu run or anything, but you'll see as we go here. One highlight is the O'Neill boss fight, which is one of the hardest parts of the entire game.
Dad, help me!
Yeah, once again, I just want to thank you guys for all being here, by the way. This run's happening very late, and I do know a lot of people from my community have come over to watch me here, so thank you everyone for being here. We're gonna have a good time here showing off this crazy difficulty.
What the hell is this place?
Detective, we've got
So at the beginning here, this is all just basic stuff here. We can get a little bit of a time save here. Sebastian usually gets staggered here, but if you look away from the beacon there in the distance, you'll just be able to like sprint here the whole time. Yeah, O'Neill is the Harbinger, which is the flamethrower guys.
What the?
And yeah, if you guys are wondering, I'm from Ireland. It's just nearly 5 a.m. in the morning here, so perfect hours for playing a horror game.
Photos of a bunch of Mobius agents here.
Perfect horror gaming hours.
A cat.
All right, so we just go here, kitty cat.
Owning a cat.
Just gonna run here to trigger the mirror.
Just like Beacon. Should be
So-
a way out.
So yeah, if you're unfamiliar with this game, this is very basic gameplay you're seeing here. Both, even within games, have like a really long intro.
Here we go
The,
again.
the intro for this game is a bit longer, but I actually prefer the intro of this game just because there's a bit more that you can actually do within the intro. You can manage your stamina, there's certain movements you can do. Whereas the first game is you're literally holding forward while limping the whole way through, and it's like just the most slow like process ever. Yeah, I'm from Dublin, Egyptian. And if anyone's wondering about the story in this game, basically this game happens 3 years after the first game. From the first game, Sebastian was believed that his daughter was killed in a fire like many years ago. But then this game happens and he finds out that his daughter is actually alive and she's been used to run this new STEM system. And that's why he's in STEM again now. And his wife also went missing, and he also finds out that she's actually like working for the big bad in this game, and then goes from there. Also, by the way, awesome run by Sharkhat there. I was going to point out that both the runs that we're doing are the difficulties are extremely similar. They're both I believe hardcore is no checkpoints, limited saves, and all that. And I think hardcore is like automatically set to like survival difficulty or something, or survivalist.
One of the search team.
Wherever the survival difficulty is on Dead Space 2, I think it's like automatically set to that. So yeah, both games that are being ran today are like
Someone's
extremely
trying to block the
similar.
way out. Or in.
Kind of a nice coincidence. So yeah, so in the first Evil Within, your default stamina, you can only sprint for 3 seconds. And in the sequel here, they added up to where it's like 10 seconds or something, which would be like the level 5 upgrade in the first game. And the reason why they did that is because it's the sequel is now like a semi-open world game compared to the first game's like a set level linear kind of thing. So upcoming here is our first little thing that we're gonna see Stefano here, the awesome antagonist of this game. There's a little funny thing we can do here with Stefano.
What was that?
Yeah, we're just gonna immediately stand up here. He doesn't see us. He just stood up there. He doesn't see me at all. From the way here. So everything I'm doing right now is very specific. You have to do all these exact movements or he will see you. You have to like cover over to the wall, keep crouching here until you get through the door. And by the time we get about here, we can start sprinting now.
I gotta find a way out of here.
That's kind of like the fastest way to get around Stefano there. Like if you try to do anything there quicker than that, you try to kick open the door or anything like that, he will hear you and kill you. He just teleports and yeah, it's over. And obviously you don't want that to happen in classic mode. And another thing introduced in this game for the sequel was the cover system, where if you press circle, you can cover against the walls and so on. This is very good for speedrunning, as it makes you sprint to the wall from a far distance, and it recovers your stamina as well. So yeah, very, very helpful for this game. Especially with when you're in combat in this game, your stamina drains like 3 times as fast. It's crazy. You basically want to like not sprint much at all when you're in combat. Nice, so just way through here. So these are all just the intro parts of the game. The game's just giving us all the, you know, the spooky stuff, getting us into the... kind of just like dragging us up through the game, getting the hype for it going. So these are all triggers we're doing right now. Gonna see Stefano here again. Jig Snap. It's one of my emotes there on Twitch. I have an emote of Stefano taking a picture. Alright, so once it's over, we're just gonna turn around here. We're gonna cover against this because my stamina's just about gone.
What the hell?
Hey, thanks, Prince. Yeah, I've been. I'm very curious to see how this run will go. But very different run than a Kumu. You know, I don't have to worry so much about taking hits and all that. So I'm very curious to see what this run will entail. So at the beginning of this, you don't need to worry about her hitting you there. You just run through her. We can, as long as you don't get blocked. The only way we can really die here is if we get stopped at this rating here, which does happen. But it's like extremely rare. Like sometimes the bats just won't climb over it. This part here, you're completely safe until you click. Like, she will not enter this room until you click on the ladder there. So you're completely safe in here to figure out like where to go. All right.
God damn it.
So coming up here, we're going to do a little bit of a thing here. There's going to be like a blade here, whatever that's going to happen, and you get staggered, and then knocks Sebastian back. But what we're going to do is we're going to turn around so Sebastian knocks forward for us instead of going back on us. And we avoid like taking a hit from the blade there, which doesn't actually matter because you take a hit from Stefano coming up here. That's a neat little thing you can do there. Yeah, I see someone saying like this game has a bit of Silent Hill vibes. It actually really does, because
I don't hear it.
we're about to like enter like a sort of semi-open world town, very similar to Silent Hill. Definitely has the Silent Hill vibes to it. So this monster here is called the Guardian. She's constructed here from Stefano. Alright, we've prompt here just to spam through. Well, one of my favorite things with these games is the design of the enemies. Like Ikumi Nakamura. She like designed like most of like nearly everything that you see in both games.
All right. What the fuck is going on here?
All right, we're getting close to finishing the intro here.
And now where am I?
And we're going to pick up this heal. One thing that's nice as well with the heals in this game is when you heal in this game, like you can put the heals on the shortcut, so you just have to press like, you know, down on the D-pad, for example. And you can do that. You can like actually heal while you're sprinting, and that also recovers your stamina as well.
Maybe this is the right place.
So you'll see me do that a few times in the run, at certain points, or if I'm in combat and so on.
Lily, I hope you're here.
Yeah, we'll just go get through this. I'm going to put my handgun and the heal on my shortcut there.
Kidman.
And now I'm going to let my health recover so we can actually sprint again. I'm going to go over here and actually let my thing help recover there quick enough. Okay, I'm just going to grab this herb. Alright, there we go. I was waiting like so long for the game to heal. You have to be like walking normally or not sprinting to get the heal there. Yeah, I'm just gonna like heal now just in case.
Don't worry, Sebastian.
I usually would actually save this heal, but there's like a 1 in a million chance I can take a hit coming out this door here. I'm not gonna take that chance. I will die.
Hello?
But very simple stuff here. Spooky enemies. What do? We run away. Let me just get out. Oh, there. Yeah, that enemy there can... I can't even remember the last time he's actually hit me, but yeah, he will kill me if he does, if I don't heal. And one thing as well you can do in this game is you can... when you while you're sprinting, and if you aim the gun, it stops your stamina from draining momentarily. So you're gonna see me do that like whenever in combat. It's way quicker to aim run like that whenever you're close to like a cutscene trigger, or when you're in combat, because your stamina just drains so fast. All right. So coming up here, we're going to run into some Mobius soldiers here. They've been sent in here to get Sebastian's daughter. But yeah, they are not the protagonists, so, you know, bad things are happening. Okay.
Mobius members. Some of them are still.
So we're just going to run over here. Just going to grab this herb here. We'll grab this bottle as well. And we're going to run beside this car and wait. Why are we waiting here? Well, you're about to find out. Enemy spawns in, and we just kill him. Okay. I'm just going to slowly get through here. So what we're doing here is a bit of a safety strat. There is a quicker way of doing this part, but it could be a little bit risky. You can take damage, so we're just going to do it this way. It's not too slow, so... Skin and bones, gotta eat.
Alright.
Okay, so we'll go over here, grab this heal. There's a kind of like a long cutscene incoming here. It's let's see if this cutscene will skip automatically for me. Yes, it will. It's kind of RNG if you can skip this cutscene right away. It's like the game has to load the cutscene in or something. Where, like, sometimes we have to wait like 10 to 15 seconds before we can skip it.
Here, listen to this. It sounds like a little girl, right?
Quiet. Was that?
I think's no way to.
Alright, so we're just this game has like side quests.
Let's pair up our
Similar to like, you know, like The Witcher or something, you know, where you have like the dialogue and the optional stuff. Right. So this is our little workshop here. This is where we can craft bolts and so on, and ammo. I'm purposely just entering it and exiting out of it because you can field craft as well. And for certain things, field crafting, it takes up more resources when you do it like outside of that desk.
What the? Who is that?
But you still want to like activate as soon as possible anyway, just for crafting certain things. And yeah, here we go. Okay. Here comes like the meat of the game now. We're in the first like open section now. And that little radio thing we have there, that's like kind of like the guide as where to go. It'll guide you to go to like the main quest. If you want to, you can go like right for the main story if you want, or you can choose to go for a side quest.
I gotta try to find that signal.
All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is just immediately run down here, and we're going to go for one of the most powerful things in the game, the crossbow. It's called the Warden crossbow in this game. In the first game, it's called the Agony crossbow. And here we're going to use the cover system to get through here. And there's enemies right to my right now. They did hear me right there, but they didn't fully enter combat. And there's like a cutscene that happens when you pick up this. This will stop the enemies coming for me momentarily. But once I gain control of Sebastian again, they will start coming for me again. So I need to be a little bit careful here. Oh yeah, we're picking up the bolt here, and there's also 2 harpoons that we want to pick up here. So here I'm just gonna walk over here, grab this bottle. I'm just going through here. I'm going to aim run a little bit just to get up here. Just so I can escape and get out of here. You can see the enemies are sort of chasing me. I'm going to heal mid-combat there. And the the route I'm taking right now is kind of a specific route. There's 2 routes that I can take at the beginning here. I am taking this specific route for this nail here. Nails will... You can craft explosive bolts with them, and that's kind of what I'm getting that for. It's like the closest one to get. That doesn't waste a lot of time. And for this axe as well. This axe will be very, very useful as we go. Let's see, can I grab that? A herb. I probably don't need to grab that now, but because we will be coming back here in a bit. And now we're basically kind of just going for the main quest now. And on our way there, we're also going to pick up some more loot that we will need for the actual run. I'm going to open these boxes because there's a chance of getting smoke powder or smoke bolts, which are even though we can't even upgrade in this, they're still pretty good to use, which you'll see as we go later. Yeah, here we go. It's a metal pipe. The metal pipes are for harpoon bolts. Let's open all that, see if I get anything. And yeah, now we're just going to go to the main quest. The main quest starts up here at the top of like this big hill over here. Sebastian is looking for his daughter. His daughter's like... He's trying to like find our location. At the moment, Lily has been stalked by Stefano. So like Sebastian is seeing like sort of memories of that. And he's sort of like following her trail. And when I'm going over here, I want to sprint too quickly because this guy will hear me, will enter combat, and then it takes me longer to get up here. Alright, I'm just going to equip the crossbow now. It's shop. There's a possible glitch that can happen here. It's not like a soft lock kind of glitch. It's actually a glitch I'm kind of hoping happens because it's
Lily,
it's funny to look at.
you here? It's Dad.
But there's some like triggers for this door here. Where sometimes when you click on the triggers, it just doesn't work. It breaks. But like the game acts as if you click the triggers anyway, and it completes the whole like sequence that happens here for you.
How do I get in there?
It can happen like at any point when you're clicking any of these prompts here. It hasn't happened. I think we have one more chance for it to happen here. All right, no glitch this time. Okay.
She's been here.
Okay, sorry guys, we have to deal with an optimized video game.
Oh
I apologize,
God, she's in
everyone.
trouble. Someone's
Darn.
chasing her. I should check out around back.
But
that
basically what can happen when I'm clicking on the doll there, literally nothing will happen, and the doll will just like float in the air as if Sebastian's picking it up. So I was hoping that would happen just to look at it. It's funny, it's a glitch that's been in the game since the game came out.
All right,
And they never patched it.
run off to?
Even though they did like patch the game a couple of times. They probably don't even know about it. Yeah, so here after this part is
What the?
after this little scene here is done, if you go to the left side here,
Signal.
these little two-headed demon dog enemy things will spawn.
Just
Which
hang
I
in there.
think their actual name is just called Spawn. But if you go to the right side here, you won't get the cutscene. They don't spawn in here, so... And it's actually convenient that you go here because there's actually extra loots we can get here as well. So we're just going to go this way. Be completely safe. We can get some... some fuse for electric bolts. And gunpowder. Gotta remember to collect these herbs as well. Yeah, but with this game, the herbs, obviously you would think they are for heals. For 3 herbs you can craft a heal. And then I think 5 for like a big heal. All right, so we're gonna use a electric bolt here. We're gonna be coming back here in a bit. We actually like progress the game from that shutter we just opened there, but we can't actually like progress there at the moment. That's gonna be like something that's coming up in a bit. We're still like tracking Sebastian's daughter at the moment. We need to go through all this. And it's all 4 stuff that we need to do. Incoming a bit soon is the first possible like troll in the game that can happen. There's going to be certain enemies in my way here. And basically I'm going to be intending to use my axe on them. And usually they'll both just, you know, get decapitated by it. But sometimes one of them likes to avoid the axe and then, you know, mess with me. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen, what they're going to do this time. But before we get there, we still got more stuff to collect here. And yeah, this is all stuff we're going to need for the run. All these nails and all that. We'll be using some of these explosive bolts for the Stefano fight and so on. Nice. There's a random smoke powder. We have an extra smoke bolt now for later. Alright, and now we just have a couple of more of these triggers that we need to do. As you can see, it takes a while to like get into this game. The game has a really long intro.
Thank God.
Yeah, fingers crossed for the O'Neill fight. It's not for a good while, but yeah. Thankfully, O'Neill is not as bad on classic as the Kumu. Since I have to rely on him, like if he hits me, it's not that bad, but the strats are completely different as well. So, also I did not mean to climb that. Sebastian automatically climbs stuff if you're like sprinting, like close to something.
She must be in that warehouse.
And yeah, we want to enter this warehouse here. And in order to do that, we need to turn on the power. And before we do this, we want to see this this lost over here. So this lost over here, I'm going to wait for her because if I just like continue to sprint here, she would go this way instead. And she would come up like this building we're about to climb up on. So just to make sure she doesn't mess with us, we're just going to wait there a second. So she'll go like to where we came from. Just to make this part a bit easier for us to get through. Yeah, we'll just go here, just come over here. Axe the lock here. Alright, good. We got both of them with the axe. In case you don't know, depending on where your camera is facing, your animation with the melee is different. You will do a quicker animation if you have the camera in like the middle of the screen like this, like I am right now. And if you aim the camera down or upwards, you'll actually do a different animation. The quickest animation is if you have the camera in the middle of the screen. Or facing forward, I guess.
Shit.
And that's usually the most consistent decapitation as well. The decapitations aren't guaranteed in this game. Sometimes they just don't die to an axe.
She probably
even though axes, you know, usually are very strong in these games.
She's a brave and resourceful little girl. She's gonna be okay.
We're sprinting through here. I'm gonna slowly go here because there's an enemy right there. If you like slowly walk there, he'll despawn. But if you go too quickly, he won't despawn then. And then we don't have to worry about him. We can just run here. If we were playing Evil Within 1 right now, we would have entered the grab animation right there. But not in Evil Within 2. It's way more balanced. The Evil Within 1 is very unforgiving in that way. And here, if you don't know, if you don't pick up the shotgun in the sort of like mini side quest house, it spawns here.
Nice. I'll take it.
Very convenient for speedrunning. Put that in the shortcut. Alright, so let's just skip through the scene.
The mirror with the
So
camera.
during that scene right there, Lily just got captured by Stefano.
I was so close. Damn it. Calm down.
So now he's gonna go looking for Stefano.
I gotta save her. No more signals coming into this communicator. I need to find another way.
And yeah, we can't sprint at the moment, so we're gonna cover against the wall. Just go a bit quicker here. There's also
But he wants out of here.
gunpowder
as bad as
here.
I want to find Lily.
We want.
O'Neill, it's Sebastian.
Okay, we're just gonna go here, sprint over here. We don't need to climb down the ladder. We can just hop down like that. It is a speed run after all. Yeah, so incoming soon here is we're gonna have to deal with 3 of these two-headed demon dog things. They're called the spawn. We don't have to kill them. Well, actually, the devs kind of intend you to kill them because there's like a cutscene that happens when you kill them to escape, or there's a gate that's closed. But you can actually just climb out of the area as well if you know what you're doing.
Where is she?
Alright, so to start this off, I'm just gonna step down, electric bolt there, shoot him there. Literally just shooting those guys will stagger them. It's very good for just like if you want to get around them. And then here we're just gonna wait until... Yeah, there we go. And while they're just like busy, we're just gonna sprint out of here. Gonna use the cover system so I don't like drain all my stamina.
Shit, lost him again.
And right now,
I can reach O'Neill this time.
as Sebastian is just saying there, he's talking about reaching O'Neill. We want to go back to O'Neill now,
It's Sebastian.
and that's where we're heading. O'Neill is as his hideout is where we originally came from. This is also the end of chapter 3 as well coming up. Also, if you look at the bottom right there, you can see a floating knife, which is held by the hysteric enemies. One of the craziest enemies in this game, actually. So once we come back to O'Neill here, we'll begin chapter 4, and then coming up pretty soon is one of the first really tough sections of the game. Alright,
Now.
and we just go through all the dialogue here.
Unfortunate, but it's a
Where's the...
all marked. Looks like once you're in that should take.
You could've-
Maybe so, but I couldn't have given you this. The passage, my communic. You'd never make it through alive without this.
Deadly gas leaks, huh? Thanks for saving the worst for last, O'Neill.
Based on what
You're not helping.
anything else.
Okay. So he just gave us a gas mask there. There is a certain area that we need to go through that's filled with gas. And also during that, we will not be able to use our weapons and so on in the area. Because it's, I guess, like the area is like flammable and so on, maybe. Something like that. I also just crafted electric bolts and harpoons. Those are... You're gonna see me specifically crafting at the table because it takes up less resources, so you'll be using less gunpowder, less like things like the fuses and so on. Especially the best thing you want to craft at the desk is the harpoons. I highly recommend never field craft harpoons because it takes up 2 pipes, and pipes are very kind of rare to get. Yeah. So now we're making our way back up here to this shutter door I was talking about earlier. This will get us to where we need to go. And coming up here, gonna be a very kind of a specific enemy that screeches at you and drains your stamina completely, which is kind of really like a really annoying mechanic in this game because, you know, your stamina doesn't drain fast when you're in combat as well. So, but we do have the cover system and all that. So, all right, yeah, we can just pass through here as long as we're quick enough.
Probably should let Kidman know what's going on.
Alright, so we're just gonna skip through all this.
Kidman.
Grab this gunpowder here, not the note. That's our first smoke bolts.
So this is the computer O'Neill was talking about.
Now this is classic mode. There are no checkpoints in this mode, but it's if something goes like really wrong or if the reset's fine, I have emergency saves and all ready, so we are pretty much good to go. And I say that now because coming up here is one of the toughest parts of the game here. Even though really it should be easy on paper, like the strat that we do makes it easy, but the enemies just like the troll. It's really reliant on like how quickly the enemies move and so on. But I am very curious how this is going to turn out. We need to kill a certain amount of enemies in a very quick time because the main enemy of this area we need to kill to progress through this part quickly. And one thing as well, a lot of people, if you play this game, you might know that at this part you can just there's like a ladder in this area and you can just like stick in the ladder for the whole fight and then the door opens. But that's actually 2 minutes slower. It takes up to like 2+ minutes for the door to open. So it's way quicker to kill all the necessary enemies here. And yeah, the door will open quicker. It's literally about 2 minutes quicker. Alright, so here, that's going to be a puzzle we need to solve here in a second. So all these enemies here that I'm attacking, these are all necessary to progress. He's supposed to die from a headshot there, by the way. But thankfully, this part doesn't begin until I solve this puzzle, so I had all the time to attack in there. Yeah, should be fine. Okay. So, really, I only need to kill, like, I think it's 5 or 6 enemies. This guy here I don't need to kill, but I'm going to do it just in case I get really bad RNG here. So we're going to run up here. We're going to wait for these guys here. Alright, shoot him, he falls over. Shoot him, he falls over. We dump them together. And now, this is the most important part here. We axe these 3 guys together. There we go, beautiful. And the last enemy incoming here that we need to kill. Yeah, I was waiting for her to do that. Nice, beautiful. Very good.
I hope that's it.
So you notice the way she fell on the ground there. So what happened there was, so you know the way, if you play this game, you'll know when you shoot enemies in this game, you do enough headshots to them, kind of like half their head comes off, basically. And that's what happened to her there.
Jesus, the smell.
But if you like do like enough headshots and like shoot her head off where it doesn't actually kill her, but like half of her brain is like hanging out. If you do that while she's in the electric bolt stagger animation, it makes her fall on the ground, and you can just stomp on her then, and it's an insta kill. It's very specifically timed. You need to specifically set the electric bolt on the wall so it, you know, she has to walk into the tripwire. Whereas if you set the electric bolt on the ground, it would just go off immediately when she gets close to it. Which you need to start shooting the second that she gets affected by the electric bolts. So everything I'm doing there is like very specifically timed.
So this is the dreaded Thanks, O'Neill. I'd never make it through without this thing.
Alright. So now we cannot use any of our weapons here now. We're completely just, yeah. We're completely screwed here, basically. We should be fine to just run through. She doesn't attack you right away. Most of the enemies don't attack you right away. Like, whenever an enemy sees you in this game, they usually have to, like, do some sort of animation and scream at you before they start attacking you. Like this enemy here. This is going to be very important for getting around this enemy. Do you hear that? Nice, very good. Alright, let's do that. I'm gonna slowly go by here. I'm not gonna take any risks with her. Okay. Yeah, she is an insta killer. She grabs you by the way. So so yeah, we need to be extra careful with her. But like I was saying before, if she wants to kill us, she has to screech at us first. So she does this big, long-winded screech. And then we just have all the time to get out of here now.
Thank God. That mask smelled terrible.
So yeah, I like to throw the ball just to distract her, just so we can initially get around her to turn on the power. And then on the way back, just let her see me, because she has to screech before she can actually, you know, attempt to grab me. So during the end of like chapter 3, O'Neill was telling us that we need to go to a city hall. So that's what we're doing right now. That's where Stefano is apparently located. That's where we're making our way to. And once again, if you're just joining us, we're playing on classic difficulty. We cannot upgrade in this mode. You can't do any weapon upgrades, no gel upgrades.
Here it is. My way back into Union.
So we're going, you know, full on with what we just have with our weapons, which actually isn't too bad. We still have, our weapons are still powerful enough, especially if you know the mechanics of the game. Making our way downtown, yeah. Also, rip the console players that have to stick in these loading screens for like a minute plus or something. The loading screens in those are really long on console. I imagine they're probably quicker these days after the game's been patched, but I remember a few years ago when playing this on PS4 and all that. Yeah, the loading screens there were really long.
Gotta stop this guy and save Lily.
The more beautiful locations here. This game has some amazing sights to it.
It's him. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, so once again here, we're gonna run into the Guardian from the beginning there that was chasing us.
Now. Yeah, just you, asshole.
If you look at all the bodies on the ground, that's the Guardian right there. Her body's like split apart, and then she like reattaches herself. There she is. So we're just gonna run to the left here. So there's two ways to do this part. You can kill her. You can take her out. Or you can just like avoid her and escape from her. which for speedrunning is way better to do. You have to waste resources and so on. So we're going to go here, shoot that, get out of the way. Step down a electric bolt here. Alright, that should be enough. One thing I actually wish I saved was a heal or something, just so I could use it here. Just to help with my stamina. Another explosive bolt there I'm going to use. Or a barrel there I'm going to shoot. And here, we can get some explosive bolts. Or just hang in the wall. Alright, where's she? Yeah, she's not even close to us, so... She won't catch up to us. This is an optional way of doing this part.
Don't have to worry about that thing for now, at least. Let's see if I can find out where that cycle went.
Well, usually I would use a bottle here, but kind of low on the bottles, so I'm gonna just take out these guys with the shotgun and stomp them. So going this way here will also change where there's like a Mobius soldier that's here, and his position where you like show up to him changes depending if you've fought the Guardian there or you escaped like we just did. And while we're here, we're gonna craft all the bolts here, just so it saves all the resources. So just go ahead here.
Is that? It's okay. Don't worry. I'm looking. This minute you without turning it up. His power. You mean? Take this. Use it to turn on the emitter.
So yeah, this like emitter thing has something to do with like the powers of the the antagonists that are within STEM here.
Could have gotten more info. Don't worry, Lily.
In which we're on our way to the emitter here. It's on like one of the floors here coming up. Oh boy, and there we just seen another boss in the game by the name of Obscura. Like this, like very I would like to say like Silent Hill-ish like enemy.
What's this about?
We'll see her very, very soon again. And so here we have a very basic puzzle. We're just going to put these on. This mannequin here, the flower there.
What's this? This camera's so old.
Okay. Once you solve it, you can actually like go inside here now. So to progress here, we need to like light up all these pictures. I'm just gonna sprint into them, and to get the last trigger here, we want to face the camera away from the wall behind me, and then pick up this that paper. This will get us the trigger to like progress here the quickest way. Usually, you would have to like run back from where we came from a little bit. But I discovered if I look away from the wall and then pick up the newspaper, it like gets the trigger like way quicker. Alright, so we just wait here now. So a door will appear behind me right now once Stefano stops talking here. And it only spawns when it's off camera, so we're just gonna stand here and wait. Okay. And let's scrap this herb there.
Another one. But what's he after?
So here to progress, we need to shoot at Stefano there so the door shuts. You can either shoot there or you can like run up to the door, and once you get close to it, it'll shut in your face. Well, it's obviously way quicker to just shoot her from the distance and then go this way. Okay. So you can save a little bit of time here by looking to the side here and then walking to the side like this. The Sebastian's walking animation is a bit slower if you're just like walking towards the middle of the room there. The mini little time save we can do. And here's Obscura again.
What are these things?
Obscura is a very unique boss fight here. It's not a traditional boss fight where you're just like taking her out. It's a more of a timed battle. I'm gonna grab this ammo.
This has to be the emitter.
So there's gonna be like a countdown in this fight. We need this timer to count down. The timer counting down is a good thing for us. We want that to happen.
Must mean this communicator.
And Obscura's gonna be... Her job is like to stop that from happening.
Meet my beautiful Obscura.
Restart sequence.
You gotta be kidding me.
So she's gonna freeze the timer here.
90 seconds.
She like takes a picture of her or whatever and it stops it. And by doing enough damage to her, the timer will be back now. And now she will attack me now for a little bit, but after a certain amount of time, she will go back to the thing again. But if you know how this game works, you can like
70 seconds.
you can keep her like completely away from this from this emitter thing here if you stay close to her. So we're gonna stay here. We're gonna bait out an attack. All right, stay here with her.
50 seconds.
All right, she's gonna turn around. No, I don't want to use too many of these on me. Hey.
40 seconds.
So we're just waiting for the right timing here.
30 seconds.
Okay. She turns. We bait her out. We just gotta watch for what animation she does.
20 seconds.
And yeah, we should be good after doing this dodge now. Yep. And that's the Obscura fight.
Stable field emitter.
Obviously, a fight like that is very nerve-wracking to do on a Kumu, where you die in one hit. Is this the right door, that nah? Let's see. I think it is, yeah.
Stabilization procedure completed.
Great. Saved my own ass. But what am I supposed to do now? If he's gone, he didn't leave Lily here. Where did he take her? Should give Kibben an update about this. Shit.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get a signal outside.
And we'll get these resources. Now, if we used up more heals, there was another heal I could grab there. But we didn't actually take too much damage, so we're good to go. There's certain points in the game where I will purposely take damage just because, you know, when you heal in this game, you recover stamina, so you'll see me purposely take damage at a couple of parts. Grab that. Here we at the end of chapter 5, I think it is.
Thanks. Gotta figure out where he took her. Think I might have just figured it out.
Yeah, so what Sebastian is looking at in the
It's almost as if he's taunting me. Well,
in the
if the
distance
fighting
there
wants,
is the
he's gonna
next
get
sort
it.
of
I just
open
have to
world
find my way there.
section that we're about to get to in a little bit.
O'Neill, it's
Say It's a theater that's going to be like the main thing we'll be looking to get. We won't. It's going to take a little bit of time to get there before we are actually able to get in there. That's like sort of our next like objective. So coming up a bit soon, I'll make a safety save incoming. I do have a bunch of safety saves already. Just a certain... This game is a little bit prone to crashing. There's certain parts of this game has crashed like a few times. I have to say, the game has not crashed to me during any of the practice that I've done in the last week now. But I'm just like... Okay, it's gonna happen at the GDQ run. I'm just gonna predict it will, you know.
Lily?
I'll be very curious, but there's two spots where the game is notorious for crashing. It's when you enter the theater and after the firewalk. At least for me, that's where it's infamous to crash on me. This game's very weird with the crashes. There's like people that have never experienced a crash in this game, and then there's people that get crashes all the time in this game. For me on PC, the second I started full screen in the game, I rarely ever get crashes now.
Whoa. What the hell is this stuff?
But I used to have the game in a borderless window or whatever, and then the game would just crash more on me. Okay, so we should do more covering here to progress.
Listen to yourself, Myra. A secret society abducted Lily and staged her death? Do you realize...
There's a very unique enemy here. Let's see what Sebastian says here.
Good God, look at the size of that thing. Maybe I can sneak past it.
Yeah, maybe I can sneak past it. Yeah, definitely sneak past it. Yeah, for sure, we'll sneak past. Alright, sprint through.
I gotta get the hell out of here.
This is where the cover system really shines. Like, the game just allowed me to, like, sprint the whole time there, and we don't have any, like, stamina upgrades or anything. Okay. Scripted on rails shooting segments.
I thought this place was supposed to be fucking stable.
Yep. Yeah, that's something that the administrator says to Sebastian at the beginning of the game. That this stem is a more stable stem than the beacon stem from the first game. As you can see, it's not literally like the same. The administrator Cap'n. Here we're introduced to another side character, Hoffman.
That means we dock, but in this is
You're...
psychopath. They don't care. Can you think of?
Yeah.
Then maybe destroying.
I'll keep... He's hold...
Right. Let's pay. I'll review. Still, regardless. Feel free.
All right. Nice talking. Nice chat. All right. Get the gunpowder and go here. Let's see. We get more smoke powder here. See if there's anything in the drawer. Just hoping for more gunpowder or fuses. Kind of funny, the game makes you go through like 2 like loading screen things here. Alright, so let's collect these. I think there's everything there. Let's go make a little emergency save here on one of these saves here. Here we go. Now we have the...
All right.
So with this game, they wanted to make this game more like open world than the first game. And the design of it is that, you know, they have the first open world section in Chapter 3, and now here in Chapter 6 is the next, you know, semi-open world segment. Originally, they actually did have a plan to have it be like one big open world.
What the hell are these things?
But then they thought it was better to like split it up and like have linear segments in between. Alright, so we need to click on these pictures to actually progress here.
Time to put Hoffman's theory to the test.
Okay. Alright, we're on Chapter 7 now. So right now, so those pictures we were just looking at, we're going to see those pictures coming up in 2 spots, and we need to destroy the pictures and go through like a little mini segment, and then, you know, the picture will like disappear at the theater, and once you get rid of both of them, we can now enter the theater. That's going to be the thing we're going to do come soon. Also here, that enemy we just passed by here, there's going to be another one around this corner here. What we're going to do here is we're going to specifically
Sounds like someone's in trouble.
do that. So what I just did there was I was pre-aiming the bolt there before I turned the corner. Because when they enter combat, they just completely ignore the electric bolt stagger. So basically I set down the electric bolt before she has time to see me. Or she will just ignore it. So we can just use the electric bolt on her and just get around her. And I also grabbed a...
So this is his art?
It was a ammo case, I think it was for shotgun. For shotgun ammo, for more capacity.
I'm gonna stab this shit.
Usually there's like a big long animation when you're picking up those, but when you're in combat, you pick them up instantly. There's strategies you can do in the game to pick them up quicker. Alright, and here we are with Obscura again. She's back. Bit of a RNG segment here. Once again, we're not fighting her, we're just, we need to get this key here. And depending where you move now, she will move her position.
Close to that art.
So if I move to the little bit to the left here, she should like go to the left side here now. So
Maybe I can sneak by.
yeah, she's right behind me now. If I were to stay like where I came from, she would actually be blocking my way, and just making it more difficult for me to get around her. So I'm gonna set down electric bolt. This should help me get out of here. Yeah, that's fine. Really, you can get away without even using anything there, but just to make sure that we can, we'll use an electric bolt.
Well, there it is.
Monka S. Okay. That's okay. I was actually intending to take damage from these, but not this one exactly.
Destroying these things.
It's actually we have to go through 2 of these little electric segments. I usually intend to take damage from the second one, not this one, but it's still fine.
Destroying that freak's work was actually therapeutic, but I'm not done yet.
You see, the game just did damage to me. The game thinks it's, you know, ahead of me, but the game doesn't realize that I can now heal while I'm sprinting in combat to, you know, keep running for longer. Alright. And look who's back, the Guardian. There's actually like 2 or 3 Guardians in this section here. So let's heal up. He's gonna keep chasing me here. No, get away from me. Please. Stop laughing. Alright, go. Right. So there was a car alarm going off in the distance there. That stops Sebastian moving for a second. Almost make me get hit. Sebastian, one of the things that really irks me in this game is your movement is hindered in this game a lot by like certain things happening. When Sebastian enters combat, his movement is obscure. You can't really do things as accurately. He hears a car alarm. He stops for a second because he's getting startled from it. Same as when you're in combat in general. Also, look at the carpet. Nice Shining reference.
Don't cry. You're becoming art. You shall be part of my obscura. Flesh. Less malleable than clay. Softer than marble. It really is the perfect medium.
Alright, so we have to wait until this is done, until we grab this key here. That's just like on this hand. Alright, grab the key. Alright. There's one of the funniest strats we can do here in the game. There's like all these like enemies here. Let's just sprint through here. Okay, just run. Don't mind me, guys, okay? I'm gonna be out of your hair in a second, okay? I'm not even here, okay? I'll see yous now. Yeah, you don't have to worry about them. You can just sprint through and that's it. They just, yeah. If you just run through, you can just, they won't even bother you. It's kind of funny because they do alert and all that, but they just, yeah. They just ignore you. Another segment here. Alright, no kappa here. I am going to take damage on purpose here. Okay. This is not a kappa. I did that all on purpose, don't worry. You'll see why soon. Completely on purpose, I swear. Alright, so another Monka-esque part coming up here. So the game is prone to crashing here when you enter the theater, so
head back to the theater and see if I can get in.
we're going against RNG here. It's out of my control if the game crashes or not. And just the Guardian, she ignores you there if you wait a little. Okay. I'm just going to sprint through here. Going to slowly walk here because I want my stamina to be full here. Once I get to about here, these enemies are going to see me, so... And sprint. Run through. And like I said, we wait till now to heal just so I can sprint up. Just so I can run for longer. And once you get to the theater here, the enemies, they just back off now. They're not allowed in the theater, basically. Alright, here we go. Once you go through this door here, there's a possible chance the game will crash here. Don't do it, game. Don't do it. This is not the time. Alright, we're good so far. We're good so far.
He's got to be in here somewhere.
Alright, everything for fine. Okay, we should be fine now. Okay. Easy clap.
Me to bend to your will, just like them, thinking they could sculpt me into what I am not.
Alright, so now is the main Stefano boss fight. I'm gonna craft another explosive bolt.
It's marvelous. They wasted it because they had no imagination. Because they are not artists. They want to control me, manipulate me. You want to stop me, but you have failed. Because with the power of the core, I can create my art forever.
Alright, fun game. And the prompts are so weird in this game. You have to be standing at a very specific like spot to click on the prompts.
You would do nothing with her
It doesn't even matter if you're like right at the door.
Oh, she's useless in your hands.
Here comes the Batman Arkham Knight segment. The lights. Alright, so here, very simple part, avoid the light. Well, you can actually get seen by the light, just not for too long. You can mostly just run through this part, where obviously I want to be safe, so... And the animation of Sebastian jumping down there is RNG. He'll either do a quick animation or a slow animation. The slow animation is very slow, as I just said, but yeah. I'm not relying on Sebastian. I'm not, going to take the risk with Sebastian. I don't trust him. I'm sorry, Sebastian, but I do not trust you. Let's stop for a second and sprint. As you can see, you can last a good amount of time there as you run through. And yeah, that's the segment. Pretty straightforward for speed running.
All right, where the fuck did you go?
Okay, so we'll get fused there. There's another nail waiting for us here. There's a heal. There's more gunpowder. Wow, I wonder why the game is giving us all this loot right now. Gee, I wonder why.
Come along.
Is there a boss fight incoming?
My next piece made the
So here again, we're just using all the walls for covering so we can save stamina.
It will be art. In every sense of the word.
We just got a med kit there. The med kits are like first aid sprays in a Resident Evil game. Basically, they're the big heal.
Complete.
That's not how it's gonna end.
So the Stefano boss fight, Stefano like teleports and so on. And basically we want to input as much damage like as quickly as we can before he starts going crazy. For the most part.
Running.
So at the beginning here, we're going to set down 2 explosive balls. He's going to walk into them. Or he's going to teleport onto them, I should say. So, I'm going to do that. Alright, teleport. Here we go.
You're beginning to annoy me. This is going to hurt.
And everything I do is very specific. Like the very beginning of the fight, I aimed the camera down. That actually changed like how he teleports and so on. So right now I'm just going to wait for him to do his thing.
You won't save her.
Alright, that's the first phase.
I've had enough of this. Here.
Oh, look at those visuals. So cool. Alright, so here I'm going to set down 3 explosive balls. He's going to spawn here. Or he's in a bit, he will. Is he here? Nope. It's kind of random where he spawns here. Hello, Stefano? You okay? Stefano.exe has stopped working. Alright, let's see if he does that. Okay, I really need him to go over to his spot because this is really bad if he doesn't. Oh, no way. That's actually the worst thing that actually could have happened right now. Because I need him to go on the explosive bolts. Right. Man. Alright, good. That should be fine. No, not this time. Alright, he's in the multiple teleports here now. Alright, okay. I guess that's gonna be the GDQ look of this run.
You always need one, right?
Yeah, you. On Evil Within 1, on the first Evil Within run I did here, we had a soft lock happen in chapter 6, I remember, and which requires you to like reload the game. And now we had Stefano just like not work. Oh god. Never seen that. That's never happened before, by the way.
Where's the
Never happened before. Well, we're on GDQs, so. Alright, so after we get in there, we're just gonna go here, get our stuff, and progress. I actually got really nervous there because I was literally I shot him there and then nothing happened. He was literally about to teleport, and like he would have teleported right on the explosive bolts. So when he didn't do that, I was like, oh no.
This place?
Oh no, this is like really bad for me. Even though he's like not working, it's still really bad for me. Because I was like, now I have to like find a way to get him to go on the explosive bolts. But it worked out anyway.
I'm here to help.
What was that?
Oh yeah, I remember there's a soft lock on the projector where like just nothing happens and you have to. The only way to fix it is to reload. So now we've killed Stefano, the early game main protagonist, and now we're introduced to Theodore, who's like a preacher or whatever. In my opinion, he's a very boring antagonist. Definitely not as cool as Stefano. So we're just gonna do that. We need to kill these two guys for this strat we're gonna do in a bit. We're gonna be going through this part really quickly. Quick as we can, as long as it goes right for us, of course. Okay.
Looks like I can use this.
So there's gonna be a lot of enemies that are gonna, there's like a bunch of cells here in this area, and they're gonna be unlocked now because we took this crank. And now we have to get out of here while these enemies are around. So what we're gonna do is start off, use a electric bolt for there. Gonna switch to the smoke bolt. Set the smoke bolt off there, sprint here. Specifically stop sprinting here, just so the enemies can't hear me now, because I'm not sprinting anymore. And we should be able, literally just be able to get out of here now. I'm just waiting to turn the camera here. Alright. So you can see the hysteric there in the distance. She doesn't know where I am right now because I stopped sprinting at a certain point. So she probably thinks I'm like in the area where she is right now. Because I started using the cover there right at the end, which like doesn't have any sound. So if you do that correctly, you can just go right to the crank and escape. And that's the prison segment. And of course, there was a bunch of other enemies chasing us as well, but I set down the smoke bolt just so they would run into it, and that would keep them away from us. Very specifically timed segments.
You lost everything. Your failure to the game led to inaction, which led to despair. And despair led to self-destruction.
This game is very cool. Scenes like this here. How can you not love that, man?
You didn't believe your wife. You refused to see. It's all your fault. You are a failure. Your daughter is lost because of you. You couldn't save her.
You hold the key to easing your door.
So yeah, Theodore here, he's basically just gonna be mocking us now for the next while.
Who are you?
Trying to make us, you know... Trying to use ourselves against ourselves, basically.
You cannot change your past. You can only embrace it.
And incoming here is his... I think these guys are called the Disciple. Yeah, I think that's the official name for these guys, the Disciple. Theodore's Disciples, these little fire enemies here. So these guys here, you can shoot off their limbs and all that, and their limbs regenerate after like a few seconds. But you can also shoot them in the legs and so on to make them fall over. You can also stomp on them when they're not like actually lit up. Okay, we do that. I'm gonna switch to the electric pulse. Let that down. Let's set down the electric pulse. Which enemy? Okay. Use the bottle to the face, stab him, and then while this guy's in the electric bolt, we stomp on him, and that's how you take out those guys. Once that's over, we need to run to here to get this trigger.
Became a thorn in my side.
I think I used I used the big heal, didn't I?
A thorn which you removed. For that, you will be rewarded.
Stefano. This guy knew him.
Incoming soon now is a Shinji Mikami favorite, a cabin fight. Even though like he didn't direct this game around, but yeah. You definitely feel his influence in this game at some parts. No man on fire joke. Alright, got a little puzzle here. So this is just first one move it twice, second one move it once, third one twice, and then the last one once. Simple stuff when you memorize it. Yeah, in case you guys didn't know, the director of Hi-Fi Rush directed this game. He literally worked on Hi-Fi Rush right after they finished this game. Two like banger video games in a row. What a resume. Do I like the stomping of the matches better? It really depends. Like the matches are just more cool, you know. The thing with the matches is that the matches fit the theme of the first game. The theme of the first game is like all about like fire and so on. I guess you could say the same for this game as well, but definitely more for the first game. The theme of the first game is fire, so the matches really just go in line more with the first game. Okay. And here we are, another character we're going to be introduced to, Torres.
Until they're dead or we run out of ammo.
Alright, so we're just going to shoot these enemies here. Start off. We don't want to use like our shotgun yet.
Aim for the head. Takes less ammo.
Basically, for the most part of this fight, we're going to be using a mixture of the shotgun, harpoons, and the handgun. I guess the electric bolts as well.
Too many times to count.
Grab some supplies while you can. I can hear more coming.
Hey,
All right, but I'm getting some answers when this is all over.
I'm going to wait for the next wave here. And if you're wondering, the enemies do spawn in like the same way every time, so you can like memorize what enemies are coming. Okay. Alright, so once those are down, the enemies from here will start spawning in now. So I'm just gonna go here, bait this guy. Try and make him so he doesn't attack me right away. Okay, that didn't work. Okay. Oh, Torres, you're not helping me. Torres did that. I needed that barrel for the end of this cabin fight. I was saving that barrel for the end part. And she just shot the barrel at me. Torres, you're not helping. You're not helping the strats. Alright, let's also, let me grab that actually. I didn't sit against the wall. Let's actually stomp on here. So I set down the electric bolt there on the wall because it's random how quickly this enemy, how quickly it starts attacking us. So just to make sure that we can. All right, here's another hysteric enemy. And shoot, axe, and shoot again. Torres can kind of screw you there as well. If she like spams hits like as she jumps to the window, she'll immediately start like sprinting at us, and then she'll ignore. So basically, like it can ignore like certain shots and can actually get me killed. I gotta be careful here. So usually I would use the barrel here. I'd knock it over, and then oil will be placed in the ground.
Give me a hand over here, would you?
Hey. Game's gonna force me to be in this animation. So I'm just gonna see what this thing is doing. Thankfully, these guys like stagger very easily. Alright, nice. That's good. Cool. So that's the cabin fight. Done very, very poorly now, but hey, I'll take it. I will freely just blame Torres. But it's still good enough. Also, look at Sebastian. He thinks he has a shotgun equipped right now.
Thanks. Don't know if I could have done that on my own. I'm Esmeralda Torres.
I'm...
Sebastian.
Hey.
I know.
And who are you?
No time for 20 questions. My safe house isn't too far. We can talk on the way there. Come on. Take whatever you need inside. I'll be out here. Try to stay quiet.
There's a RNG chance of boxes spawning there at the side of the house. Let's check them there for them. Don't know why the boxes are RNG. There's just 2 boxes that can spawn at the side of the house there, and they can have like gunpowder or whatever.
Getting Lily out of here, and then taking Mobius down for good.
All right, just gonna go all through this.
Wait a second.
What is it?
Forced scripted on rail segment here.
Let me guess. The way back to your safe house?
Kind of funny as well. The game calls her woman in the cabin fight. Before the game gives her a name. But a backstory in Torres here. She is the one that
Kidman didn't say anything about
she's the one that set fire to Sebastian's house and took his kids many years ago. Mobius ordered her to go to his house, burn his house down, and take their child, and pretend that their kid died in a fire.
Oh, you all right? Let me
Get your
help.
ass through before I drop it on your
So
head.
like, because of that, she didn't want to do it, but she was forced to do it because Mobius is evil and so on. And ever since that, she's, you know, she's felt bad about that, so that's why she's helping us right now.
Break after that, old man.
Come on. I'm not that old. So you're telling me Kidman had a plan to take out Mobius all this time?
Actually, it was your wife's plan.
Wait, Myra? So that's why she's here. She's
Well,
part of
spoilers.
Mobius.
You're gonna find that out pretty soon anyway.
You're
So
gonna have to duck. Don't blow your back out.
This isn't the time, Torres.
You know, you should be proud of your wife. She's compelling. She recruited me for this plan.
I don't understand.
so this game has like two like long
She found out
downtime
that
segments here.
and knew the only way to
This is
take
like
me
one of the
down
biggest
was
one, I
to
guess,
inside.
besides the intro.
So
But
she joined up
the intro
and
is the
waited for that
intro.
moment.
All these years. That's where she was. Damn it. This is a lot to take in.
Yeah, that's another thing when we were going through the Torres wanted to pick up the big tree there, even though there was like two obvious gaps that they just could have climbed through.
Yeah, of course.
But of course, Torres had to show off.
Ready? Hold on, I've got you.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Is Classic harder than Akumu? In my opinion, Classic is harder than Akumu in this game. I don't think it's harder than Akumu in the first game.
You just gonna forget about me?
Compared to the first game, Akumu in this game is a bit of a joke. The upgrades in this game are very, very strong. There is a upgrade you can get where if you get grabbed by an enemy, you can like use your balls to get out of the grab and so on. You know, there's things like that. You can upgrade certain bolts and so on.
Who else
Like
was
if you
involved
upgrade
in
like
this
the
little
electric
beauty?
bolts, smoke
Just
bolts,
four of us. Me,
things like that.
Kidman, Myra, and Theodore.
Theodore.
You can make yourself very powerful.
Father Theodore?
Father Theodore.
And then
I
there's
call
like
him
just
Theodore
general
Wallace. You know him?
better like
We've
quality
met.
of life things with this
He doesn't
game
wanna
that the
save
first
Lily.
game
He wants her for
is like
himself.
infamously
Talking,
known
hunting down
for
Myra,
like
too.
being,
He's the one who
you know,
everything up.
like the first game is like bear
How's
traps
this
and
whole
so
thing
on.
supposed to go?
Once Myra and Theodore got Lily, Theodore
Like
and I were gonna get her out while Myra stayed
the
behind to
design
keep her
of the
area.
enemies.
Stay outside and make sure we got out of STEM safely. Shit, it was supposed to.
Yeah,
be easy.
this game is just more accessible compared to the first game. Time for lockers in this run? No. So going for the lockers is a complete waste of time because you have to waste the time going for the keys, and then there's a forced tutorial that you have to sit through when you talk to Tatiana for the first time. So it's not worth the resources at all. You're probably adding like 3 minutes of time just going for the lockers.
So much for your safe house.
I wouldn't put my safe house in the open like that.
So this part here, so Torres's hideout is over there. Yeah, she's literally talking about right there. We need to get to this banner there in the distance.
Okay. I'll take
And
the lead.
basically,
Stay low and keep
there's gonna be a
behind me.
prompt that we need to get to, or a cutscene to activate, and it only activates when we're out of combat. So we need to run through here, and get through here, and get to the end of this part out of combat. So what we'll do is we will just walk through here, just run through here, just so we have enough stamina for now, and go through here. And once we get to here, there's a there's a little scripted thing that will happen here where Torres will teleport to us. If you're watching her name there carefully, you'll see she teleported a little bit. There's something that happens with the script in the game when you get to that car there, where she just is automatically she'll automatically just come to here now. And there you go. So we can just freely just set down a smoke bolt there. Even with that, though, it's not even upgraded, it doesn't even last for long, and the enemies will just leave us alone. Torres is also sort of invisible at that point. She's in a scripted state, So for the most part, the enemies will ignore her.
There's no place like home.
Very
Safe house
time,
sounds close
very
second.
specifically
Listen,
time strat.
Don't freak out at the amount of explosives I got in here. They're as safe as cookie dough. At least until I...
And yes, there was a dude floating there as we were running by.
So what are we
This
gonna
game
do
does
about
that.
the other one?
I don't know. His high should be really.
What?
Yeah, she's high, and he'll if I can.
So the...
Yeah.
How are you...
There's us just like speed running the game, and there's just like one random dude, you know, with half a body, just floating. I always forget about that until I get to there.
Did you find Stefano?
I did more.
Good.
She's the good, her,
That is. So what's...
the bad, and he needs.
Damn. I'll send Kimi to...
I know.
Okay, so soon we have the O'Neill boss fight. Probably considered one of the hardest parts of the entire game. And we're doing this on classic difficulty, where you can't upgrade or anything, so...
Try and find him. You should stay here and get your explosives and weapons ready. I'll need your help once I locate Theodore.
Gonna be very interesting to see what happens.
To the marrow from here?
Yeah, there's a Mobius computer in that room.
Okay, we get the freeze bolts here.
Great. I'll call you when I'm ready.
We can also get the freeze bolts sooner if we open the lockers, which that's completely pointless to do. We don't need that, alright? Chapter 11. So there's 17 chapters in this game. Honestly, if you ask me, there's basically 15. Like, chapters 15 and 16 and 17 are basically all one chapter. Like, chapter 17 is literally just cutscenes, basically. Like, chapter 17 is basically all the ending cutscenes of the game. Let's see if anything's in there. Here. No, empty. Get a condenser. Those are for crafting freeze bolts. Get more nails. And here, we're returning again to a kind of a familiar spot here. We entered here earlier, going into the open world where we were going to the theater and so on. We're going through here again. This is a Hoffman's hideout that we met earlier.
Is nearby. I should check up on her. Hoffman, you here?
Alright, so we're just gonna skip through this. This will be a scene is about to skip. Behind us here, there's a fuse for a electric bolt. We'll get that. And yeah, here now we make our way to this whole. Yeah, this section incoming here is pretty cool. There's like a morgue and so on here. I love the look of these areas. There's a shotgun ammo pouch in this guy. Let's get that so we have more shotgun ammo. I guess O'Neill had evil within him too. Man, I wish we could do that Easter egg on a run. Feels bad, man. It takes like 20 plus minutes to go and do it.
Looks like they had extra security for this place.
Alright. We don't exactly need to go in here, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just so we can craft more stuff. I wanna just craft stuff here so we have saved resources. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna craft one shotgun round. Or two even, whatever. I'm thinking that if my O'Neill strat fails, I have to go with an alternate strat, which is to use more shotgun rounds. Or, well, any shotgun rounds. We actually don't use any shotgun rounds in this fight, but if things go awry, we will be using the shotgun then, so I'm going to make sure of backup, just in case. Okay. So I need to run to here. Oh, yeah, the camera flips out there. The game's like forcing you to look at Hoffman there, so I'm trying to run around there to get the fuse. Okay, use the cover more here.
One of those chips. Gotta be one around here somewhere.
Yeah, well, once again, since I only explained the one spot, For you guys that don't know, on classic difficulty, the boss's health are lowered compared to Akumu and Nightmare. So if you stab O'Neill, on Nightmare and Akumu it takes 6 stabs. On classic it only takes 4. Okay, and the code is 0128.
Let's see what happens.
And segments like the Firewalk has less enemies on classic difficulty compared to Nightmare and Akumu. Okay. So we need this chip here to get through certain locked doors. That's what we were just looking at a bit ago there when I was looking at the Hoffman memory. Alright, here we go. So the enemies are out now. They're blocked. They're investigating the area. They're looking for me. So let's go through here. So let's we need to take out this guy. Now the enemies, it sounds like they're alerted now. They're not really, honestly. We can still like go here, no problem. Alright, so we're just gonna walk here. Walk over here. We're just gonna slowly go here. So there's a screeching lady over there, the ones that grab you and kill you in one hit. So what I'm doing here is a slightly slower strat. There is a much faster strat I can do here, but for safety measures, we're just going to do this strat here. The fastest strat here is literally just to run to this door. We're just going to do this a bit more safer like this. Let's go. Good to go. This is actually, it's not even that much slower, honestly. I never really timed it, but yeah. There is a faster strat than what I just did. It's actually crazy because you're dealing with like the movement and like Sebastian's movement being obscured during combat. But yeah, here we go. The O'Neill boss fight.
Voices.
So I did this. We did a Kumo on this a few months ago on GDQ, and it went really badly. Let's see if we can pull off something better here. Alright, start off. Set down smoke bolts.
Gotta put the flames out.
I'm just gonna wait for him. He's gonna go to the left side of the room here. Gonna follow him here. Alright, go behind him and stab him. Alright, sprint, go behind him. Put down there. So what's happening now is he's going out of combat now. Because we went behind him, he doesn't see us, so we can stab him again now. And here's the second phase now. So once I gain control of Sebastian now, I'm going to walk backwards because I want to bait out his attack. I'm going to walk back, set down the smoke bolts. Or, okay. I won't go down. It's fine. Even if this ends badly, it's fine. We should be still fine. I'm sorry. Okay, I have to do this the alternate way. Okay, fine. I promise. This is actually still good. This is what I was actually basically intending to happen. Or, well, if it goes not the best way, this was my backup strat. I have to reload again. Hey. Okay, this is not the intended strat. If everything went correctly there, I would have been able to just stab him the whole time, but I messed up I set down the smoke bolt on the table and it didn't go off, so I had to do it the alternate way. But the good thing is, if I was able to stab him on the first phase, it doesn't really matter then.
There's a lot going on that you don't know about.
I could just do the alternate strat, which I just did there. So if I messed up on the first phase, it would have been a lot worse than, yeah. But yeah, that's the O'Neill fight. I guess I was able to show off basically the two strats of the fight that you can do. Or you can just alternate between using the electric bolt and then shocking them to the face.
I'm not totally sure. But it looks a hell of a lot like the stable
But-
field letter. Whatever it
To be
is,
honest-
O'Neill said to destroy it.
I actually don't mind if it's me that messes up there. That was my fault there. I set down the smoke bolt wrong. So I'm in a weird way, I'm glad it wasn't like just the game trolling me, because that's what usually does happen. But hey, I'm vindicated.
Let me know when you're good to go.
So I did Akuma mode on GDQ here a few months ago, and O'Neill made me reset like 5+ times, and I was like, why? Well, why now? I practiced this so much, and you're making me do this, O'Neill. Why? So again, I'm the first try here on Classic. Is a highlight.
Okay, here we go. Operation Kick Ass happening in 3, 2, 1.
But yeah, we got 2 stabs in him. It takes 4 stabs to kill him. If that smoke bolt actually did go off, we would have been fine.
Torres?
It's a very, very specifically timed strat. Okay. So now we have entered the bottomless pit. This is a crazy area. This is actually one of my favorite parts of the game. I love the look of the area. So here we're gonna do some aim running. In this game, your stamina stops draining momentarily when you aim the gun like this and you sprint. So we're just gonna do this as we sprint, just to make sure I have stamina by the time we get here. I shoot her and knock her over. And over here is these big thick guys. I want to set down just kind of near them, just to make them explode. Sometimes it doesn't always work, so I'm just going to make sure. Yeah, there we go. Nice. They will kill you in one hit, by the way, if they get close to you. So, so I just wanted to make sure that we get by those, no problem. Make this experience a lot easier. What's this guy doing? I don't think he'll see me. So one thing, if you set down an explosive bolt at them or a smoke bolt when you're out of combat, it just makes them exploding like where they're standing at. But if they're in combat and they're running for you, they just ignore it and they just will keep running for you. There is an exception to that. If you upgrade your bolts to level 3 and over, that will also work even when you're in combat. But because we're playing Classic, we can't upgrade our bolts, so I will just shoot over the smoke bolts, you know, when he's far away, we're out of combat. So something to point out there, because he will see us as we're turning the crank.
You were too stupid to listen. No, this isn't right.
Yeah, so Theodore here is just messing with our head. He's trying to, you know, make us think like everything was our fault and all that. He's trying to manipulate us. Here I'm trying to like cover against these so we can sprint for longer here. And I hear there's a couple of calls where you're like stopped in place for a second. And there's a spawn enemy there in the distance. He's gonna run back to the left here, just as we get to him. It doesn't even matter if he does see us. He'll just run. We'll just literally run by him, or even if he does follow us, if he hits us, it's fine. I'd actually probably prefer that he does hit us, because then I can actually heal while I'm sprinting. But yeah, that's the bottomless pit here.
After all this, you still want to be reunited with Lily?
I do.
Classic mode is where you can't upgrade. Yeah, classic mode, there's no checkpoints. You can only save 7 times. And you can't upgrade with gel, or you can't upgrade your weapons or anything either.
Lily? Is it really you?
Alright, we have more of a break here as well.
Come on, man. Let's get you out of here.
Only 7 saves? Yep, 7 saves that you have to choose from. And if you die, you get once you die, the game sends you back to the main menu. That is like, yeah, no checkpoints. No, Akuma mode is only the one-hit kill mode. Any damage you take in Akuma, that just sends you back to the last checkpoint that you had.
You gotta give that son of a bitch some payback.
Sebastian? What's wrong? Are you all right? You've been working too hard. It's making you delirious.
Myra?
Man, that looks so uncomfortable. Imagine waking up like that and you've like no pillow or blanket.
Torres. Where? I'm home.
And Theodore just put Torres in the line of fire of Sebastian shooting his gun. So Sebastian just shot Torres.
Lily?
And of course, like, he's doing this on purpose to manipulate us. Trying to make him think like everything's all his fault.
That letter. Myra's last communication. It was hidden with her files. It sounded so crazy at the time. But I should have believed her.
My dearest.
This note here is pretty cool. It's in the first game as well.
She's right.
It's a note that Myra left for Sebastian.
Uses my own guilt against me. But guilt for what? It's their fault, not mine. They took everything from me. I didn't start any of this, but I'm gonna finish it. And God help anybody that stands in my way.
Hey, here we go. More unskippable scenes here.
What?
Sebastian doesn't seem like the smartest guy around. I would say he does better in this game. In the first game, he's very, he's very just like wandering around, wondering what the heck is going on, always confused, which you can't really blame him.
Brought you here.
I'm sorry, Sebastian. I tried to save her, but...
No. I shot her.
The bullet wound was superficial. She died from injuries sustained in a battle with those things.
Damn it.
Sebastian looks really tall in this scene.
She didn't have to die like that. She was a good soldier. She just wanted to save Lily. And now she's dead. It's all my fault. Again.
No, Sebastian. It's not your fault. Don't let him do this to you.
You're right. That goddamn
It's funny,
son of a bitch.
like, before this scene, Sebastian, when he was in his house there, was just saying,
Make me feel guilty.
Myra was right. It's just, Theodore was just make me do this or make me think this way.
He's the guilty one.
And now he's back here, and then this scene happens, and he's all like, "Oh, it's all my fault, man."
That's not the problem.
What do you mean?
I picked this Theodore, but it's... I think that I found...
Great.
It's not...
Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, we'll take Torres's gun here. She doesn't need it anymore. Yoink.
I'm sorry, Esmeralda. I'll make sure you didn't die for nothing. I'm gonna hunt him down like the dog that he is.
Alright, the assault rifle isn't the best gun, but we'll be using it on the second last boss in the game, the Effigy, which is just before the Myra boss fight. Let's see, we want to get this here. Alright, now we're back to the Post Plus, which is the second open world section that we were at in Chapter 7. We're going back here again, but it's completely different now. Theodore is like completely overtaken the area. So it's going to be like completely like new layout, new enemies here and so on. But all we got to do is just go to the to a certain spot that Hoffman is hiding out at. I think we have everything here. Yeah, we're full on heals. And we have more Harbinger enemies here, the flamethrower dudes. Which we won't have to fight them, we're just gonna run by them.
It's a stronghold.
What's going on in there?
Oh, don't want to run in that direction. I wonder if that's going to affect this part, actually. Let's see. I'm curious. You can see him there. Grab this. See what happens. Nope. Yeah, he's going around that way. It's fine. And here we get a sniper rifle. So usually in Chapter 3, you would get the sniper rifle by crafting it. But if you don't pick up the sniper, it spawns here in Chapter 13. Another convenient weapon spawn for, for speedrunning purposes. Okay, we're just going to run through here. Get these enemies' attention. I'm actually hoping the enemies hit me right now. Please hit me. I'm begging you to. Please. Please damage me. Please. Okay, they won't damage me. They never hit me when I want them to hit me. I could just stand still, but that's not really worth it. Alright. They're not going to hit me. Alright, fine. Alright, incoming here soon is one of the infamous spots in the game, the firewalk.
Well, here it is.
What is it?
This is another part that's a bit easier to do on Classic because there's actually less enemies here on Classic difficulty compared to Nightmare and Akumu. I think there's like 3 less enemies on Classic. Alright, so there's 2 fuses in there. And you get to hear at this point. And before we progress, we're going to go in here. I'm going to make another emergency save here as well. Because the game can crash after this. Even though actually if it does crash, I will just load in another save after the firewalk. Which is like right after this. I see. We craft all the sniper rounds there just to save gunpowder. Let me see. We can save over this. And I'm gonna put the sniper in my shortcut. And away we go.
Are you ready?
All right.
Okay.
So for the most part, the enemies do spawn in like the same way in the firewalk here. Kind of near the end of it, they can somewhat spawn in a random way, but still in a sort of general way as well.
It should protect us from the fire, but it won't stop those things in there from trying to kill us.
Don't worry, I'll take care of them.
Here goes nothing.
I also assume it depends on how quickly it killed like the previous enemies as well.
It's working. Just make sure to stay inside the dome.
And another thing as well with this part is the enemy's health is lowered in this part in general, just because, you know, they don't want you to have to spend so much ammo killing every enemy here. The enemy's health is a bit lowered. Usually takes I missed a few shots there. Fine. You can usually take about 4 to 5 shots to kill them. So we take out him first. The next one's going to spawn here, somewhere around here. Oh, she wasn't actually moving there. Okay, Torres. Or sorry, Hoffman. There he is. There's the next guy.
Watch your back, Hoffman.
That's what you're here for.
Good.
Okay, take him out. I'll switch to the sniper for this guy. So if we were playing on a Kumu or Nightmare, there would be 2 enemies in front of me right now. But on Classic, there's 1.
How much further?
It seems a lot longer once you're in it.
He wants to keep us out. Good. That means he's afraid.
So the next set of spawns are incoming soon. Yeah, so one enemy is going to spawn like here. The next one after that will spawn here. And then the next one will spawn like here. And then the last one will spawn like here. Generally around there.
Don't stop now. We're almost there.
Hold on. Something's wrong with the stabilizer.
Alright, can we take this guy out?
Can you fix it?
Alright, there we go.
I'm working on it. Just watch my back.
Let this guy get close. Thank you. I should actually use the handgun more. Don't you touch Hoffman. Very rude, sir. Okay, this is sort of the first phase of the fight. If we were playing on like lower difficulty, you'd usually get a checkpoint here. This is Classic. There's no checkpoint now. And even worse, the game has an RNG chance of crashing after the firewalk here.
Are you regretting this yet?
This is my chance to make up for what I did to Lily.
I've been practicing this game for like a good week now. Never had the game crash once since, so if the game decides to crash now, man, I'm gonna be very surprised. Surely the game won't crash, right? Surely. Okay.
Shit, my skin is burning.
Oh, there's gunpowder there. Probably should have grabbed it. Yeah, so it's about time. Yeah, the game's just been waiting for its moment, you know? The game's just all like, hey buddy, nice little GDQ run you got going on here. It would be a real shame.
Hoffman, what's happening?
It's failing again. Hold on.
Hurry up, it's getting hot in here.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm just gonna alternate. That should be it now. Oh, wait, still one more yet. Gunpowder, please? No? Okay. Game, don't do it. Alright? It can crash anytime between, like, this intro scene here.
I'm sorry, Yukiko.
Could be good.
I'll make him pay.
Okay. Good so far. Nice, nice, nice. Pause, champ. Okay.
After all of this, I'm the only one left.
Yes.
But he's not gonna stop me.
All right, so far we could be crashless. This could be a crashless run. Could be cope too. I could be coping.
I'm just saying, you're really tempting fate tonight, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, let's hope it doesn't.
Yeah. I have all emergency saves anyway, so it's fine. I have all the, you know, emergencies set in place. My mindset going into this was like, I'm just going to expect these weird things to happen. I definitely didn't expect Stefano now to go full, like, you know, doing nothing.
You're not gonna get to me.
Definitely didn't see that coming. Alright, so we hit the freeze balls out here. There's going to be more disciple enemies here and another harbinger in this area as well. So we need to unlock a door to escape from here. We need to run to a lever to unlock it, which is on like the opposite side of the room or the area. But by the way, Ekdice, you didn't do classic mode in this, didn't you? You just did a Kumu.
Correct. This is actually, I think, one of my... I've seen a little bit of classic, but I do know you mentioned it's harder than a... But I have done a Kumu.
Ah, okay. Sounds like you need to do classic then.
Oh god, the save restriction seems rough.
It really isn't that bad, honestly. I think. I think you'll actually have a good experience with it. All right, let's see here. So there's an RNG chance of the Harbinger blocking my way here, getting through here. Let's see if he's here. Oh, he's actually here. Wow, okay. That's... I promise you, that's so rare. Now, when I say that, I did actually see him here earlier when I was practicing, but... I promise you, it's rare that he's there. he should not be there, like, ever. Alright. But sometimes he can be, like, right in the doorway, and I can't, like, just run through him. I have to, like, stab him or something, or just find some way to move him.
It's not even real.
Union is better than reality. Union is soulless. Their minds are connected to it.
So there's usually... So coming up here, I'm gonna be grabbing a nail from a pile of dirt here. There's usually a long animation of grabbing it, but if you're in combat, it'll you'll grab it instantly. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot the wall here. The enemies will hear it, and we can just grab the nail instantly then. So the game just made me enter combat there. And the animation to pick that up takes like, I think it's like 7 seconds or something. Pretty long animation. Alright, incoming here is another... We have another Harbinger enemy, a Disciple enemy, and a regular Lost. This is all very specific what I'm doing here. The Harbinger's AI changes here depending how I enter this room. So the way I'm like crouching like into this area, he will always do like a weird attack there whenever I do that. Alright, just do that. Yeah, so we just do that. Now we can just go through. So the strat is to just shoot the freeze thing, and then we can use the smoke just to stun the Disciple, just so we can get through, and use the crank. And for some reason the enemies just ignore you here. It would take me like to stand here for like maybe a solid minute before they start actually coming from me here. You have all the time in the world to get to here now. Alright, we have 3 of these spawn enemies coming in here. We just need to kill one of them here. The other 2, we're just going to play with them for a bit. Okay. So this part's on a timer for this, for that like gate to open there. And so yeah, we're just going to kill a bit of time here. Just going to hide here. They're going to pop over here for now. Hello. Fine if they hit me. Keep in mind, whenever you heal in this game, it recovers your stamina, so getting hit is not a bad thing. I'm gonna go make another emergency save here as well, just in case. Just in case. Yeah, save over anything here. Yeah, this run's been pretty great. Actually, I didn't have to do any like, I didn't have to like do any reloads or anything, so I'm actually very happy about that. There is somewhat a bit of trolling during this boss gauntlet incoming. One of the best things about this game is like Sebastian's PTSD from the first game. And now we're going to be fighting the bosses from the original game.
I'll keep coming back until one of us is dead.
Such great visuals here. Let's grab these. Oh, look who's back. It's Sadus Chan.
Enough of this shit!
Oh my god, this is epic! By the way, look at this. RE4 Remake stole the chainsaw parry from Evil Within 2 here.
Think this will stop
the Sadist is gonna parry the chainsaw here with his knife. Okay.
Fuck you. Oh, shit!
Oh my god, it's Pyramid Head's cousin. Mr. Boxhead himself. The Keeper. Alright, start up this fight. Gonna electrocute him, he's gonna be stunned for a good while. We're gonna pump in 2 shots into him there for now. Just while we're collecting this. He might hit me here, but that's totally fine. Okay, he just went in any direction there. Alright. So now two more keepers are going to spawn in now. So while that's happening, we're going to go over here. And just watch what's going to happen here. Is he coming? Alright. This is not the intended way I wanted to do this, but... Ah, that's fine, that's fine. This is actually great, never mind. I didn't think they were going to be so close to each other, so... Nice. So just a mixture of explosive bolts, sniper rounds there while they're stunned. Well, she shows up and she runs away. Alright, is she gonna spawn from the body? Alright, that's good. It's RNG if she actually comes out of the body or not. Sometimes she will just like completely just run for you. And it's bad RNG if she just runs for you. We want her to spawn out of the body. Can I get this first sheet? Alright. So now we just want her to follow me now. Gonna wait for her. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, we need to stun her with the electric bolt here. Okay. And there we go. That's the gauntlet fight. And that's the end of Theodore as well. So why isn't the game over now? Well, Sebastian's wife is here now. And she's not really an antagonist, but she really feels like her daughter's like most safe within STEM. Or, well, I guess it's not really Moira herself. It's like more of an alternate Moira within STEM. And she's like ultra protective of Lily.
Oh God.
And yeah, the world is like falling apart now. And here we are to the final segments of the game now. Let's see if we can finish off strong. Welcome to Yogurtland. Vanilla yogurt for everyone.
Damn it. Myra, where did you go?
Incoming soon is some of the most annoying enemies in the entire game.
What is this?
These guys are like super fast and all that, and they can tend to like ignore your shots when you're shooting them with the shotgun. Where like usually they just like fall over and you can stomp on them. But there's just times you'll shoot them and just like nothing happens, and they're just all like, oh, yeah, no, you didn't actually just hit me there. Really do not want that to happen. Hey, look at the explosive bolt there. Reload the sniper, even though I don't really need it at the moment.
Myra!
So we need to kill all the enemies in this area here to break that down. So to start off, we're just going to run up and get a free stealth kill on this enemy here. they don't like notice you right away. So
Get rid of these things.
if you just start off immediately run, freestyle kill. Nice game. Alright, just watch what this guy does. Yeah, that was my fault. Okay, yeah, as you can see, they just ignore the shots sometimes because they're Terminator now, apparently. Right. You have semi-iframes when you're in the stomping animation. Yeah, just try to survive here. And whatever I do, just make sure to... I really shouldn't... I need to save these harpoons. Okay. Thankfully, the most thing I don't need at the moment is shotgun ammo. Shotgun ammo is like the least resource we want. Sort of the handgun, I guess. That wasn't the best segment.
I hope she hasn't gone far.
But we'll deal. Yeah, we'll get everything here. Since electric bolts are the thing we won't be using for the rest of the game, honestly, so we'll just use them on, I guess, for the most part, on these incoming enemies. Right, I know there's more from down here. I think there is like 6 of them in this area here. I don't usually do this fight here with the electric bolts, but that's what we're going to do now, just because. See what happens. Which one is falling?
Oh, shit.
None of them.
More of them? I don't have time for this.
Alright. Oh, he just like fell over. Okay. He like fell over his body. That's nice. Wasn't even aware that was a thing, actually. Okay, just bottle him to finish him off. You can see how fast they are. Alright. Yeah, I'm just going with alternate attacks here. Come on. Come on, Freddo. Alright, good. I want to try save as much as I can here, so... Grab the medical kit there, get the gunpowder. There's some shotgun ammo over here. And incoming here is the effigy boss fight. Kind of looks like the Amalgam Alpha from the first game. The effigy has like a weak spot in it. That's kind of where we mostly want to be shooting.
There she is.
So to start this fight here, we want to shoot it twice with the sniper to stagger it. And then I'm going to try to get as many handgun bullets in him as possible if I can.
Oh, God.
And I shoot once. Doesn't really matter where I shoot the second shot. I use the handgun here just to save as much ammo as we can. And I use that. Launch that attack. Alright, do that. And now we're going to use the machine gun here. Might be able to kill him soon here. Nice, there we go. Good fight. The boss actually took extra damage from the car explosion there. I usually would have to do a little bit more damage there, but that was good. That was a pretty good fight. And before we go on here, I'm going to grab the explosive bolt here. There's a free explosive bolt here. Might as well get it. And now we're on our way to the final boss fight. The final boss fight, very specific fight.
Can't let her take Lily.
Requires a certain amount of ammo. I'll be starting out by using a mixture of the harpoon and the sniper rounds, because it doesn't really matter.
Is that?
It's not really like a damage output at the beginning. We mostly just want to shoot through a sort of like shield.
She must be there.
From like Myra will have like a weak spot, but it's gonna be like shielded by something. And basically we just want to break through it, so I'll be starting off by using the harpoon and one sniper round, I guess. Yeah, this has been a very good run. Alright, should be enough. If we succeed in this fight and I don't have to reload, we literally just did this run like without having to reload at all, so it's actually very nice. Let's get her done.
Esmeralda is in Union and waiting for instructions.
Thankfully, the Moira fight isn't like that bad. I don't think we'll have a problem where I'll have to reload, but we'll see. We'll see.
Myra was planning on becoming the core? Why?
How did the security guard lady die? Yeah, Hoffman. She got burned alive at the firewalk. Yeah, for this fight, we mostly don't even need like the shotgun or the handgun really at all. Mostly using the sniper and the crossbow. Alright, let's get the harpoons out first. Oh boy. That's a big Moira.
My God.
Isn't she pretty?
Hurt me. You'll hurt her too. I won't let
Alright, she doesn't take damage until this dialogue ends here.
Think about what you're doing.
Alright, here we go. Yep. If she holds her stomach, that means you got the hit off correctly. Do that. Dodge her thing there, her wave. Gonna do it again. Dodge the wave. And this should break the thing. Switch the explosive bolts, reload the sniper now. You can only do damage when her weak spot is glowing, so it doesn't matter if you shoot her or not. Do that. And if you do this the right time, we can... No, we have to do it again. If I shot that at the right moment, that would have exploded right away. Now there's going to be a bunch of spiders coming out. We want to make sure they're all dead. No survivors. No survivors. Okay. And now the weak spots will be on our both shoulders. I'm gonna put 2 explosive bolts here. I don't know when. I'm just gonna wait. Let's shoot these first. Alright, good. That's the first phase now. So I shot the little bulb things in the ground there because they summon out more spiders, and they're still going to be in the area after all this animation, so and I cannot afford to be staggered or anything after this. Okay. So we need to get very specific shots off now. This is the kind of scary part of this fight. It's so easy. Like the shots, shooting the spots here is so like small and tight that they're very specific. So it's very easy to miss the shots here. All right, that's good. So once you do this, she can't take any more damage now. She's gonna do like a 5 to 6 hit combo here. We just have to wait. And while she's doing that, we're gonna craft more explosives. And craft all that. We just have to wait here. Now, what we're going to do now after this is put an explosive on her shoulder. Sometimes this glitches out. Nice. Good. Good, good, good. Didn't glitch out. Alright, just wait. We can shoot her twice here if I get this right. Alright, good. Now, if I get the next shot here, this should be just the end of this phase now. Okay. I'll just heal. Doesn't matter. Right, there we go. Very nice. This is what this was the fight I was hoping for when I was practicing. So we just need to shoot her twice now, and that's it.
Protect Lily.
Forgive me, Myra.
Hey, shooting them out there, and just set the explosive out there. If you're looking kind of closely there, you don't even need to put the explosive ball like on her mouth. Like actually, it was on like her shoulder there, but like the distance of it still gets her mouth. So, but yeah, that's a pretty close to optimal Myra fight. GG. That's the final boss fight in the game. Now we just have a couple of segments left here now.
Almost there. Please be safe, Lily.
Okay. So you might be wondering, why am I spamming this aiming here? You're completely invincible when you spam the aim here like this, and you can shoot while you're doing this. So you cannot take damage doing this, and you can shoot the whole time. It's pretty funny to look at. There we go.
All security personnel report to the control room. All security personnel.
Need to hurry before more show up. Shit! Get away!
Okay.
Lily! She's got to be in her room upstairs.
So we're gonna do it again. We're gonna be another shootout scene here with Kidman. Okay.
Warning, Alpha 1 emergency.
Alright, take him down.
You're not making this easy.
So you can see the grenade going off there, and it does nothing to me. Alright, good. That was good. Very good fight.
Just need to make it downstairs.
That's basically all the gameplay of the game though. Now we just have to run to the end now. We got a running segment with Kidman here to this door, and then we've got a running segment with Sebastian carrying Lily, so we can escape from STEM.
I hope this works, Myra.
Kidman, I've got her. Where do I go?
Man, I feel vindicated now. I was not happy with the Akumu run I did on GDQ a few months ago, so this was a lot better.
I'm counting on you, Kidman.
Alright, here we go, chat. The final run. The final run through here of the game. Can we save our daughter?
Oh my god.
Now, I can ruin the immersion here and just say that you cannot die at this part. Sadly, there is no like danger here at all. There's no timer here or anything. You can stay here as long as you like. You can't like fall off the edges or anything. This is all just like... It's all just to make you like panic a little, but yeah, you're in no danger doing this part. And we have timing coming soon.
We're gonna be home soon. Just gotta hang on.
And here we go. Once we skip this scene. And time. Let's see what time we got. GG. I mean, here's the Evil Within 3 sequel, B. We're coming up on 6 years since this game came out, man. Still waiting, Tango.
We can only hope, huh?
There we go. What time we get?
So we got a 2:34:14.
Yeah, look, the time is actually pretty close. Yeah, 2:34. Very good.